did Javier Milei face a lot of
Backlash.
enemies within the mainstream media?
Yeah, what many people in the US don't know is that like the main news in the US, you already know which TV channel goes alongside which political party. You know, you say CNN is aligned with the Democrats and Fox News is aligned with the Republicans. Here in Argentina, it works a little bit more complicated than that. We have what's called pauta oficial. Pauta oficial means that according to local, like national law, any media group is entitled to receive money from the state, because the argument is that whether you are a big media conglomerate or a little radio studio in the I don't know, in one of the outskirts provinces, you are entitled to receiving some kind of government funding.
This is the most Argentine. By the way, you guys, Argentina, it's just like, let's throw money at everything because everything is a necessity. Exactly. So we need taxpayers to fund everything.
So what happened? That was sort of the way that the government found to sort of
control, right?
and buy out every journalist, every journalist that appears on mainstream TV. So so he received a lot of backlash in the last years, like the most horrendous stuff like he had like a kind of incestuous relationship with his sister. That
I've heard that one.
He received political advice from his dead dog, and whether these things are true or not, it doesn't matter, because you can just destroy a man's whole life in national TV and even get paid to do so.
Yes.
So
why were they coming after him? Was there like something personal there? Were they worried about their funding being cut?
Well,
is that
Javier said a number of times that in a country where 50% of the people are poor, you just cannot spend money in funding media conglomerates. Yeah. So, I think it was today or yesterday that he actually said we are going to cut off this funding for the media for 1 year, and that gives us the direct consequence of that is that a lot of media conglomerates are going to lay off a bunch of people. Why? Because they've been operating in the market without any type of real profit, because both of us and everyone know that the mainstream media is dying.
Yes.
They don't make the same amount of money they made years back, and they have to get used to that. They cannot live off taxpayers.
Right. And things are becoming much more decentralized. It's one of the best things about the internet, right? Yeah. About YouTube and Twitter and all of these things.
And the fact that Milei won with just 2 years of a head start, maybe, shows you that the social media has much more power than traditional media.
Right.
Because the whole structure of Milei's communication team went, it was like 90% of that was social media, was TikTok, was Instagram, and was Twitter.
And he didn't use any advertising money to fund any of that, right?
He actually declared to not using any money on digital advertising and any kind of advertising. Wow. As a political candidate, you are entitled to receive funding to spend on publicity on TV and on radios and stuff like that.
And like the signs all over Argentina.
But other than that, he didn't spend any money. Yes. And that's amazing that he didn't spend any money and he got elected.
Yeah, I distinctly remember driving into Buenos Aires from the airport a few weeks ago before the election and feeling just devastated because all I saw were Massa signs everywhere. Yeah. And I did not see any Milei signs. So I was like, what is going on? In the US, if you don't see your candidate's name on a sign, you're like...
You can go and make it like a simple deduction and say that what Massa did was overstimulate the Argentine people with what we call the fear campaign, like telling them that if Milei is going to win, the country is like going to hell.
Right.
And at first, maybe some people were listening to it, but as I said, overstimulation makes people eventually get bored,
Yeah.
and they like found some sort of escapism in social media, and they found Javier's videos, and they were
Right.
like, "Oh my God, Javier, hi!"
So you think they overplayed their hand
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the fear
yeah. They spent.
campaigns?
Well, I think it was also yesterday. One great economist, Claudio Suchovicki,
Great guy.
went
Yeah.
on TV
Yeah.
and he said that Massa spent 1.5 points of the GDP on his campaign, just on
Are you serious?
campaign advertising. Yeah.
Wow. And all of those signs around Argentina, those are taxpayer funded.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
insane.
even if it's not,
Yeah.
the original source, 90% of the time, is taxpayers' money.
Wow.
Well, I don't have to say it out loud. I mean, politicians in Argentina don't play nice.